Hi, my name is Bayeji Young, and I am a program coordinator for the Lindsey Meyer Teen Institute, also known as LMTI. If you're watching this webinar today, that just must mean you are one of our new advisors joining us this year for our summer leadership camp, and maybe not. Maybe you're an old advisor and you just want a nice little refresher on all things to know about our summer leadership camp. Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy this short video as I give you everything that you need to know about our summer leadership conference this year. So just to start us off, our Summer Leadership Conference will begin Monday, August 21st and last until Friday, August 25th of 2023 this year. So once again, our dates are Monday, August 21st through August 25th, and we look forward to you all joining us. All righty. So now just want to give a quick refresher of our mission and guiding philosophies. This is our bylaws. This is what we try to persuade ourselves to be. This is what we implement in our communities. And this is what we want all participants, whether you are a participant, a volunteer, an advisor, LMTI staff. This is our bylaws that we all like to live by. So our mission is, LMTI's mission is a program of partners in prevention. Our mission is to guide young people to realize their leadership potential all across the world, but especially in their communities, and empower them to create positive changes in themselves, their communities, and of course, their schools. LMTI strives to show young people that the use of alcohol, tobacco, and other illegal drugs or misuse of prescription drugs is not necessary in order to have a life full of fun, feeling good, and a happy, healthy, whole life. In order to provide the youth that we serve the experiences that promote growth and learning in an environment, it is a safe and consistent and is important to understand as well as promote our following philosophies. So when it comes to the use of alcohol, our goal is to delay the onset of use. Research shows that if delaying the onset of first use of with alcohol, it can significantly decrease the likelihood of abusing alcohol and engaging in risky drinking behaviors. We all know that legal restrictions regarding alcohol consumption means 21 plus and believe that you should abstain from alcohol. When it comes to our adults, we know that the legal age to use is 21 plus. However, we believe that the decision to not use alcohol or to continue to delay use beyond the legal age can be a healthy personal choice for anyone. Ultimately, the choice is yours. However, we want to steer you all in the right direction. When it comes to the use of tobacco, research shows that tobacco use in any form, to any extent, can be detrimental to an individual's health, but we believe in following legal restrictions regarding tobacco use and believe that you should abstain from tobacco use. When it comes to adults, we know that the legal use of tobacco age is 19 plus, but we also seek to provide adults who do smoke with resources as well as to help support them quit. And when it comes to the use of illegal drugs and misuse of prescription drugs, when it comes to our youth and adults, we believe that all youth and adults should follow legal restrictions and abstain from the use of illegal drugs, including marijuana. We believe that all youth and adults should only take medicine as it is prescribed by a physician, and ultimately just make the best decisions when it comes to alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs. Ultimately, like we said, we do not encourage it. We believe that all non-youth should delay this as much as possible. However, when it comes to our adults, ultimately the choice is yours. However, we want to provide you all with as many resources as possible to keep you all informed, as well as if you are trying to quit. All right, so that's a little bit about our mission and our philosophies and the things that we believe in. So now we're going to go and get into our summer leadership conference and tell you what that all looks like. So we all know that it takes a great team to pull off any masterpiece. So this is a little bit about what our team looks like and consists of. So of course, we have the main people that we do it all for. We have our participants. We do all the things that we do to make sure that they have the best summer leadership experience that they possibly can. So we have the Lindsey Meyer Teen Institute staff, and that includes a wonderful team full of people that is constantly working day to day to pull off these initiatives, as well as do different initiatives throughout the year to make sure that we can pull off our summer leadership conference, as well as give the youth and the participants that we work with as many resources as possible. Next, we have our YAC. So this is our Youth Advisory Council, and we'll get a little bit more into their roles a little bit more. Then we have our CATs, our college age TI staff, and I'll break these all down, these acronyms, and let you know what all of these wonderful groups of people are. We have our advisors, who consist of a wonderful, awesome group of adults. We have volunteers. Some people consist of alumni that have attended our summer leadership conference on their own as teens, or people that have just been involved with LMTI throughout the years and they want to just keep coming back for more and more. We have our awesome, amazing Camp Mason staff that do their absolute best to make sure that we have everything that we need while we're there on their facilities, as well as just making sure that all the participants and campers have an amazing time. All right, we have hundreds of kids in the woods. We got to make sure that we're all as safe as possible. So we have our amazing support staff that consists of YAC and CAT coordinators. We have nurses. We have a care team, but we have a bunch of people that are dedicated to making sure that each participant leaves feeling better than they walk in, and as well as while they're here with us for this week, they have everything that they need in order to succeed. All right, so now let's get into what exactly is a YAC. Like, what is that? What does that acronym mean? So YACs. Our YACs are a Youth Advisory Council, and they're a wonderful group of teenagers or young people who uses their skills to help LMTI participants identify and achieve their goals. And for the most part, our YACs are people that have attended camp before, so they have that hand-on-hand experience of what it means to be a first-year camper, what it means to be a camper, and now they took on a more of a leadership position. So assisting those awesome young people, we have amazing YAC coordinators, and our YAC coordinators are adults who uses their skills to help their LMTI YACs identify and achieve their goals, and making sure that they have all the tools and tricks that they need in order to succeed, to help our participants and campers in the best way that they can. Now, following our YACs, we have our CATs. So our CATs are our college age TI staff, and our CATs, they're considered young adult leaders, literally college age, centered around that age of 18 to 22, who use their skills to help LMTI participants. And our CATs coordinators are an awesome group of adults who use skills to help LMTI CATs identify and achieve their goals. So we have our YACs that are more of a peer leader, and then we have our CATs that are more of in a leadership role, a junior counselor role, in the sense of they have been through camp themselves. Some of them have participated as YACs, and now that they've aged out of the program. However, they enjoyed themselves so much that they want to come back and volunteer, as well as help those other younger students in their communities thrive and be the best versions and the best leaders they can be. Now we have our advisors, all of you, and some of you, like I said, you might be brand new joining us this year, or you might be an advisor that's been with us for a few years. However, you all do amazing, amazing work to make sure that our participants, our campers, they have everything that they need, as well as being that middle person between the LMTI staff, maybe the coordinators, just that person to make sure that these groups of students from your specific community, they're well-rounded, they have everything that they need. So our advisors, they work with our action groups at camp. They're usually representatives from the school or communities, whether you may be a teacher, you might be an advisor, you might be a counselor, you might just be a participant, you work for a youth group in your community, but essentially they're representatives from the schools and communities. They work with the action groups throughout the school year, and they often serve as a process group leader and cabin chaperones. Like I said, dedicated adults like yourselves. Give it up for yourselves. You all deserve it. So essentially, our advisors, they definitely help make our world go round. They are that middle person between the camper, and it may be, maybe a camper needs, and it's like, hey, I need the LMTI staff to assist us with that, but also that kind of chaperone for that specific group from that specific community. And it's also, you see some pictures here. This is from our amazing advisor dinner that we get to have each year during camp. And the advisors, they get to choose whatever their theme is and essentially kind of decorate the table for dinner for their participants. And it's always a great, amazing time. And we'll give you all the details you need to know about that. But for our new advisors, like I said, it's an amazing time and you all will love it. All right, our volunteers. Woo, give it up for our volunteers. The people that take some time off of work to come and volunteer with us. We greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. So And our volunteers, they are dedicated adults, and they serve as our process group leaders. They serve as our captain chaperones. They serve as workshop facilitators, and they help us coordinate special events. So usually our volunteers are people that might have been alumni. They're a part of our LMTI community in some way, shape, or form. And they're like, yes, awesome. I love this experience, and I want to do my absolute best to be there. And they come and they volunteer, and they help us make things awesome. All right, now we have our Camp Mason staff. Our Camp Mason staff, they are key and essential to helping make our camp experience amazing. They assist us with the various activities. We even have some ropes course. These are all a trained and equipped, a special group of people that work at Camp Mason year round, and they do their best to make sure that the LMTI community, when we're at Camp Mason, we have everything we need, even if it's down to, making an announcement over the loudspeaker or helping us set up for lunch and making sure that we have all the 3 important meals that we need throughout the day and making sure that we are good, we're in a safe place, and we're having fun. They provide us with any additional assistance that we might need. So during camp, if you see a Camp Mason staff, just let them know they're doing a good job and maybe, say thanks for all your hard work. All righty, so that's our Camp Mason staff. So now let's talk about our support staff. So our support staff, they usually consist of people that help us make this go round. So our support staff, they consist of coordinators, nurses, and our care teams. So for our yaks and cats, we do have coordinators that help us prepare and train our yaks and cats. They attend all the trainings. They work with the yaks and cats at camp to make sure that the participants have everything that they need, and the yaks and cats are doing all that they can to make sure that the participants are great, and they troubleshoot any issues that may arise in the moment. Our nurses, they ensure that the health and safety of all of our campers, as well as participants, staff members, if there are anything that you need, maybe you have some dietary needs, or maybe you have to take medication throughout the day, and we have our nurses in our nurse cabins, and they're making sure that everybody has what they need. And as far as medication, they're making sure that people are taking their medication when they're supposed to at the correct times, and just making sure that all the medical things, God forbid, but if anyone gets hurt or anything like that, we have 2 registered nurses at camp at all times to make sure that we are all okay and as safe as possible. In our care team, there are trained counselors who are available to speak with different students should the need arise. Maybe someone's feeling a little homesick, maybe someone's just out on themselves, but we do have trained professionals there to speak with students as well as staff if it's needed. All right, our LMTI staff, woo! All right, so we organize and plan our summer leadership conference from beginning to end. We handle all logistical components of camp. We handle any and all emergencies that may arrive, and we work with our action groups and our advisors year round. We also plan and implement follow-up events and activities, so that way we're not just coming together for this week at camp. No, we're connected all throughout the year in some way, shape, or form. But if there's any issues or anything that you may need, definitely reach out to the LMTI staff, and we are going to do our best to solve the issue, and we're going to figure it out as a team. So making sure, key component, LMTI team, if there's anything you need. All right, now the super, 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 super important part of all of this are participants, who we do this for. Yeah. So our job is to make sure that they have the best and most memorable experience while they're away with us for that week. So our participants, these are some lovely pictures from our summer leadership conference last year. Some of our participants just enjoying themselves and having a great time. Okay, so now let's get a little bit into what to expect. You are taking a group of high school students in the woods for a week. What does this look like? What would our summer leadership conference actually entail? So now, just to drop this information, and you all will receive emails with everything you need to know, but our conference location is YMC Camp Ralph Mason, and that is located in Hardwick, New Jersey. Hundreds of high school participants come from all over New Jersey. They come together and they have a great time for a week. And we do have youth staff and college staff. So We have about 250 participants yearly, and these group of amazing high schoolers, like I said, they all come from different walks and aspects of life in different parts of New Jersey. However, they all come together to make some type of change in their communities and have a great time while meeting new people and have different experiences. We have our YACs, which are our Youth Advisory Council, there to make sure participants have everything they need, making sure that they feel comfortable. And, for some of those, get them stepping out of their comfort zone. We have our college age TI staff to let them know that, hey, I've once been in your shoes and this is how I'm walking in life. And as a college student, I'm still making choices. I'm still making safe choices and how we can do that. So we have a great community of people that are destined to make sure that these participants have an amazing experiences. So what to expect? Let's talk a little bit about what our days will look like. So this is our, agenda, tentative agenda for the Summer Leadership Conference, and it is structured with the following programmatic components. So we have our general sessions. That's some great sessions where we're all coming together, where we hear some great information about from some amazing speakers. I'm super excited for them. We have our action group, where that's where we discuss different things and initiatives that we want to actually take back once we leave camp and implement it back home and make some change in our communities. Then we have our process group, where we get to talk about our feelings and emotions and process the different things and activities that we did throughout the day and resonate it and bring it on back and talk about how this affects us daily and how we can start incorporating some better behavior in our daily lifestyles, as well as remaining alcohol, tobacco, and other drug free. Then we have some amazing workshops that participants get to choose which workshops that they would like to go to. And hopefully there are topics centered around them and different things that they would like to learn. We have special events that are awesome. Can't wait to tell you all a little bit about that in a few more minutes. And we even give them some free time, just incorporate a little bit of time where teenagers could just be teenagers, whether that's hanging out at the pool or doing some arts and crafts. Maybe they need a nap, but this is just a few different things of what to expect throughout the week. All right, so our general sessions, like I said, they occur once or twice, sometimes daily, once or twice daily. And during these times, everyone at camps, we all come together in our awesome pavilion, and we get to see different presenters and performers. And it's always a great time. We're up on our feet, we're moving around, we're doing interactive activities, and our speakers are phenomenal. So this is just a little bit of what our general sessions looks like. And then we have our action group. So like I said, our action group refers to a group of students from the same community or school. So usually within our action groups, the people that you came together with from your school or your community. And sometimes we know that different groups, they might have a few students. So we try to partner you with a neighboring group or community. So that way you guys can still work together in some way and somehow. So each day you'll have time allotted where you'll get to work with the State Advisory Board Action Group to develop a plan to bring back to your communities to address challenges related to tobacco. Like we said, during our camp, we're talking a lot about different things that we can do and implement, but we also want you to bring it back to your communities. And for the people that didn't get to go to camp, help them with that, help them assist that, as well as actually try and create the change that we want to see in our communities when it's related to tobacco, alcohol, or other drugs. And our regional coordinators will be there with you as well. So for all you people that join our YTAG meetings, our regional coordinators will also be there, so we can actually, sit down with some people that's going to help us make change in our communities. And that's a little bit about what action group looks like and consists of. So now we have our process group. This refers to a group of students from different schools and communities who come together daily to candidly discuss different reactions and thoughts related to the topics that we talked about during camp. That might mean a general session that we have, and now we're sitting there processing our thoughts, maybe a workshop that you attended, or just some different things that we talked about during our time over our summer leadership conference. So our process groups, they're usually led by our CATs and an advisor as well as a volunteer. So we do have a group of support system that are there with the students. So that way, if things, turn left and things might get emotional, or we just need to really sit down and process, we do have a group of trusted adults as well as some CATs there to help us. You'll be in a process group with about 12 to 15 other high school students, and we try to mix it up so that way you are getting to meet different students from out different communities and not just the people that you came to camp with. All right, so our workshops. So we will have workshops twice during the week, and students will be able to decide which workshops that they would like to attend, and we'll have they'll have the opportunity to select, so that way they can make sure that they're going to a workshop that's centered around their wants, needs, or desires, or something new information that they would really like to learn about. So our workshops are an opportunity to gain specific knowledge about topics relevant to what they have been learning during the week, and like we said, there's a special workshop track just for you. So we do let participants have the opportunity to choose. So that way the material is really hitting home, as well as they can learn about topics that they truly enjoy, as hopefully they can bring those back into their community. All right, special event. So yes, we're having workshops, we're having general sessions, we're having action group, we're having process group, but we're all about having some fun education time in there too as well. So we have our wonderful challenge course that's usually led by our trained Camp Mason staff, and they walk participants through our challenge course where participants get to do a bunch of team building activities centered around a little bit of physical movement and physical health. And this is always a great time to get students out of their comfort zone and really get to do some teamwork, but enjoying nature as well and doing things that they wouldn't imagine themselves to normally do. So it's always a great, fun, safe time. And like I said, it is led by our trained professionals, our Camp Mason staff. Our dance. Woo, our dance is always a great time. You know, we've been together for a few days, and this allows students as well as advisors too to let their hair down. It's our DJ comes through, and they always have some great music. We have a bunch of snacks, and this is really just an awesome time for everyone to come together and join through a dance, having a good time, listening to your favorite song. We have a photo booth, and it's just a great time for students to really get to interact and with each other, you know, and with different people from the communities, have dance competitions. Our advisors, sometimes they're on the floor cutting loose, the LMTI staff, but this is a great way for us to, you know, just spend a little quality time after spending a few days together and letting our hair down for a little while. And the students, they enjoy it. It's always a great time. And then we have our open mic. So we do have daily open mic sessions where students are allowed to just showcase their talents. You know, they're home away from home, and we have so many different talented individuals. So just having a few moments where either groups or an individual can come, and sometimes people are stepping out of their comfort zone for the first time, but we love for our participants to showcase their talents and let us know what they love to do. So this is always a great time, and the students thoroughly enjoy themselves, and advisors, hey, if you want to join too, we would love to see you. All right, so free time. So while at Camp Mason, we are fortunate enough to be in a beautiful location that has 460 acres of natural beauty with a bunch of different outdoor activities. So there is a pool, so there could be swimming, there's a volleyball court, a basketball court, and of course, wonderful nature hikes. And if you're like, you know what, it's too hot, I don't want to do the physical stuff, we always have a bunch of different games that everyone could play. We have an arts and crafts pavilion, you know, sometimes you might just want to enjoy the beauty of nature. That's okay too, but we are fortunate enough, and students are allotted a few hours of free time where they get to just let loose a little bit. Maybe they want to play a quick game of basketball, get a nice swim in. So this is also a great time. All right, so our cabins, we will be at Camp Mason for a week, but don't worry, we won't be sleeping in tents or anything like that. We do have cabins, and they sleep about 12 to 14 individuals on each side of the duplex buildings of cabins. So we do have more than enough space for everyone. Each cabin does have electricity as well as a full dormitory style bathroom. So don't worry, we do have showers. Each cabin is chaperoned by an adult staff member. We do have a college age staff member as well as youth staff members. So they are a bunch of different people in the cabin that are placed there for a specific reason, just to make sure that if any emergencies or anything throughout the night, but all students are as safe and sound as possible. And students are purposely placed into cabins with participants from other schools. So that way we allow them really time to get to know other people outside of the school or the community group that they got to be in. So it's amazing time for different students that, might be from different walks of area of life to really get to know each other and spread a little bit about that diversity and just meet different types of people and have different things. There will be a walkie in each cabin, and there will be a staff member to ensure that, God forbid, but if any emergencies, someone is aware at all times, and we will be there immediately to assist. However, like we said, each cabin is chaperoned by an adult staff member, a college cat, as well as a youth staff member. So there is a whole chain of command there to make sure participants are well equipped and they have everything that they need while they are in the cabins. So let's talk a little bit about our healthcare services. As I said before, we do have 2 registered nurses on site all week. All prescription and non-prescription medications, they must be turned into the nurses upon the arrival at camp. So that means any students that's taking any medication, once you all are going over to your cabins and check yourselves in and everything like that, please make sure that they see the nurses. So that way it can all be stored in a safe location. And that way the nurses are making sure that everyone is taking their medication at the times allotted and when it's needed. So all meds must be in original containers with original labels just to ensure that the right medications belong to the right people. If meds have changed since the time that you filled out the application, maybe you filled out the application a few weeks ago and now your medications change, no worries. Just please make sure that you send a new medication or a change in your dosage to Kira. The email will be right here on the slide and you can see that. But just make sure that you reach out and let Kira know as soon as possible. That way we can make sure that the label reflects this change and we are all aware of who needs to be taking what when. Like I said, we do have 2 registered nurses. So God forbid, but if someone needs a Band-Aid, someone might have taken a tumble or anything like that, we will have tools equipped to make sure that everyone is as safe and sound as possible. And if any injuries or anything like that, we do have people that can handle that immediately and we can take it from there. All right. So just as a reminder, any students, and as well as when you letting your students know that if they do have medication, please making sure they reach out so that we are aware, as well as we're making sure that on that first day of camp, that the nurses are receiving all medication. So that way, all medication can be accounted for, and we're making sure that everyone has what they need in order to succeed. All right, now let's talk about food. So students will eat all their meals together in the dining hall. We do have options. We have vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options at every meal. Camp Mason does provide us with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and there will be different snacks throughout the different days. So once again, there are vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options for every meal. So Camp Mason is nut safe, in which this means that they try to use as little as nuts as possible, but there may be small trace amounts. So, and there are posters and everything like that everywhere to make sure, and we are reminding people of anyone with any nut allergies. However, if there are any other allergies or dietary needs, please contact us immediately. That way we can make sure we accommodate everyone's needs and making sure that everyone is safe as sound as possible and everyone has something to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all of those days. So like I said, please, in the application process, we make sure that there is an option that says, any dietary restrictions or needs, please let us know, as well as just a reminder, vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options are available at every meal. Okay, now let's bring into the important stuff. Letting campers know what they should and should not bring. Now, this is an important one. We are in the woods for a week, and definitely want to make sure that we have everything we need in order to succeed. So what to bring? Bedding and towels. So in our cabins, there are beds, there are mats and everything like that. However, making sure that you're bringing a sleeping bag or a bedding linen, as well as, and a bedding linen can includes a blanket, pillows, towels, as well as washcloths, whatever you need in order to succeed. So, but just making sure that you don't forget your pillows, your blankets, or your sleeping bag, whatever you prefer. So clothes, we will be there for a few days. So making sure that you pack enough clothes so that way you can be properly dressed each and every day. So however, it is summertime, but sometimes the weather change. So we like to let students know, making sure that you bring a pair of shorts, jeans, t-shirts, sweatshirts, socks, a lightweight jacket, maybe a waterproof jacket if you have one, a poncho, definitely comfortable, sturdy sneakers. We'll be doing a lot of moving and walking around throughout the days and making sure that you have pajamas to go to sleep in at night. Weather can vary, so please just try to make sure that you try to bring some type of light jacket just in case we do receive any rain or it might be chilly this day, but just making sure that you're prepared. We do know it is at the end of August, so it's pretty hot. So t-shirts and shorts are very acceptable, but making sure that you have some type of lightweight jacket just in case there's rain or it might get a little chilly or a little chillier during the evening, but making sure that you have enough clothes to last you from Monday all the way until it's time to go home Friday. Don't forget your toiletries. That means a toothbrush and toothpaste, shampoo, body soap, personal items, tissues, whatever you might need in order to succeed. But don't forget your toiletries. There are showers there. However, Camp Mason does not provide any soap, so don't forget to pack your own soap, your toothbrush and toothpaste, and the things that you need in order to succeed and feel your best. So miscellaneous items can include sunscreen and flashlights. It does get a little dark. We are in the woods. However, you will be equipped with someone walking around with a flashlight at all times. No one will just be walking around and you can't see, but having a flashlight definitely ensures you can just see a little bit better. And don't forget your sunscreen, as we will be outside for a large portion of the day, and we want to make sure that everyone is safe as possible. We do have some free time, as we discussed before, so that could include maybe you want to play some basketball, maybe you want to hop in the pool. So these are just a few optional items that you might want to bring: a bathing suit, some flip-flops for the shower. You are sharing a shower with a few other people, so maybe bringing some shower slippers might make you feel a little bit more comfortable. A backpack, you will receive a folder with different things. However, you might want to hold your water bottle, you might just want to hold different things. You'll be receiving a bunch of paperwork and things throughout the week, so having some type of bags for your comfort. Bug spray, we will be in the woods, and critters are all around us, so keeping yourself safe. If you're prone to getting mosquito bites, maybe packing some bug spray, no worries. And a water bottle. Like I said, we will be outside for majority of the day. It is hot and during the summertime, so we want to keep everyone as hydrated as possible. There will be water coolers all around us, all over Camp Mason, so it won't be a water cooler too far from anyone, but just make sure that you have a water bottle so that way you can fill it up as much as you need to. We want to keep everyone as hydrated and safe as possible throughout the week. A camera, you'll be doing so many different activities as well as you are in the woods, so maybe you want to get a few snapshots of how your week went. Awesome. And a musical instrument, like we said, we do have open mics, so if you want to showcase any of your talents. However, just please be responsible, as we are not responsible for any lost or stolen items. However, we are in a great community, so we should not have any worries. However, just try and do your best to keep track of the things that you bought, even if that means labeling all of your items. That is awesome too. That way you can ensure the things that you bought and making sure that you leave with everything that you came with. So that's a bunch of what to bring, and this will all be sent out in emails. Now let's talk about what not to bring. All right, so what you shouldn't be bringing: tablets, computers, or electronic devices. Now, we know we live in a generation, everyone, wants to have their iPhone, their iPad, their Apple Watch, everything like that, and those are all great. However, we will be in the woods with limited reception, as well as we'll be having so much fun and doing so many amazing activities. There won't even be much time to do any of that. So we don't want you to lose any of your valuables during your stay. So it's also best that you just keep it at home. And in addition to that, we have an extremely full schedule that there won't be time to use these things. Like I said, we're having so much fun. By the end of the day, you just want to take a shower and sleep. So make sure you just leave those precious items at home. That way you don't even have to worry about it, and it's at home, tucked, safe away. Food and snacks, we do provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so there are no reason to bring any food or snacks, as well as food and snacks in the cabins can attract animals, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that everyone is as safe and sound as possible, as well as we are in the woods. We are in their home, so we don't want to bring any items or food or snacks into the enclosed spaces that we're sharing with other people, just to avoid any critters getting inside of our cabins, as well as we do provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks throughout the days. So there will be plenty of times to eat and stay hydrated. Once again, we are a nut-safe environment, so please don't bring any peanuts or tree nuts or etc. Like we said, we are a nut-safe environment, so it is as little amounts of nuts being used in the cooking materials during our stay at Camp Mason. So please, just to ensure the safety of everyone and anyone that has nut allergies, please keep the nuts at home. And once again, if you have any specific dietary needs, please reach out to and email Kira, so that way we can make sure that's allotted for. Awesome. All right, so now we talked about what camp looks like. Now let's talk a little bit about after camp as an advisor. So after camp, like we said, we're still a community. Although we're here together for this week, we're all still a community, and we're doing our best to make sure that even throughout the year, we are making sure that action groups and advisors have everything that they need in order to succeed. So some of the things that we do after camp to make sure that we're still staying connected and we're meeting, we provide action group assistance and training. So for us, this includes quarterly reporting and quarterly webinars. So our quarterly reporting is a report that all the action group advisors, or you might have an action group liaison that might be one of your students that send over the report to me. But essentially the report, it's just pretty much an email update about what's been going on with your group throughout the quarter. So maybe you all did a different activity, maybe you all hosted a few meetings, maybe you did a sticker shocking community, or you did some type of activity, maybe social media posts, but just keeping us updated and letting us know what's going on with your group this quarter. And then if it's any supplies or any necessary materials that you all may need from us, this is definitely one of those times to connect, as way we making sure that we all have everything we need in order to succeed. Our quarterly webinars, this consists of a 45 to an hour training, and essentially we all hop together on June and we talk about different ideas, new topics, and we share our ideas as well as the things that we've been doing throughout the quarter, as well as connecting. So this is one of those times that it's like we're not at camp, but we all get to see each other's faces over Zoom, and we get to connect and just give quick updates about what's been going on in our different communities, as well as the LMTI staff. We're offering you guys some type of training or workshop just to ensure, anything that you all need, you have, as well as giving you guys the necessarily assistance and trainings that might be beneficial for your group. So we all discuss about the different things that you are doing throughout the year, and we try to find you as many beneficial things as we can. And then we discuss it during our quarterly webinar. And our end of the year report, it's essentially a wrap up of everything that you all did. So this doesn't have to necessarily just be an email update. It could be a bullet form. It could be, it could get as creative as you want. It could be a scrapbook. It could be a video presentation, whatever. But just some type of synopsis of what your specific action group did throughout the year. And like I said, these little things are just ways that we can keep being connected, as well as making sure that you all have the tools you need to succeed. As well as, like we said, we want to stay connected and we want to have fun doing that. So over the years after camp, we've hosted different reunion events, as well as advanced leadership opportunities throughout the year. Our LMTI staff, we do provide different custom training for the different groups that we work with. And here you can see some pictures of just some of the schools that we work with throughout the summer. And there are our action groups, but we also get to join them throughout the school year and just like, hey, we're checking in, making sure everything's good. But we're also providing different resources and materials for this specific community. Like I said, we want to stay connected as possible, but also make sure that you all have everything that you need and we're being as beneficial as possible. So we want to stay connected even after camp. I know I said a lot. However, I hope that this was extremely informative for you all. And please feel free to reach out to the LMTI staff at any time if you need any further information. We look forward to you all joining us this year at camp. And if you are one of our older advisors just refreshing in, we look forward to you, and we see you all soon, and I look forward to seeing you all in August. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video. And if there's anything you need, reach out to the LMTI staff. You all enjoy your day.